Next question is from Max Wild. My girlfriend has a question for Charles. She watched your Theology on Tap in Pasadena on Catholic Dirty Laundry, and she wants to know all about the Pornocracy. How did they control Rome? I think she wants tips. Okay, I guess first we should explain what the Pornocracy was.
Yeah, let me explain that word. The Pornocracy was a period of time, generally the 900s in Rome, when the papacy was controlled by, for want of better words or description, a dynasty of sluts. Yep, that's what the Theophylactic ladies were. They married sort of ineffectual Mr. Peepers types. They took popes as lovers. They even gave birth to a few. And they ran the papacy for almost a century. Interestingly enough, during this time, the Patriarchate of Constantinople had no problem with that. Yeah, indeed. Rolling eyes, yeah.
I don't understand. Why?
Why had they no problem? You would have to ask them. But what's interesting, as Vladimir Soloviev points out, is that it wasn't until you once again had men of apostolic character on the throne of Peter that you began to have arguments with Constantinople.
Oh, okay.
Which is something for all of us Catholic and Orthodox alike to think about. But at any rate, that was the Pornocracy, and it was a terrible time. Absolutely terrible. Again, it was put an end to by a series of Holy Roman Emperors by the names of Otto the First, Otto the Second, and Otto the Third. Yeah, that's what they were called.
Okay.
They ran a joint called the Automat. Yeah, you knew that was coming, didn't you? The Automat. Yeah. Anyway. No, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Pornocracy, and it was a horrible time in the life of the church. Interestingly enough, though, one of the worst of the pornocrats, if I may call him that, John the XII, attempted to sell the papacy several times, laughingly pocketed the money and said, but of course you can't. Was killed in his mistress's arms. Actually died in her arms. He'd already been assaulted by her husband. And then, was just not a nice person, basically. But, and here's the big but, he confirmed the Charter of Cluny, thus unwittingly setting the stage for a reform of the church. So, that is the Pornocracy. Now, as for tips...
Can I ask one quick question before the tips? Why did he try to sell the papacy? Was he in need of cash?
Yeah. Want some dough. Why did you try to sell anything? Have you ever sold anything on eBay?
Yeah, but I'm not the Pope.
Well, that's why he didn't use eBay, probably.
Wow.
No, he wanted money. It was a con game.
I mean, but he couldn't really be wanting for money, is my
Yeah,
point.
Yeah,
why?
Because they were out of money. Listen, you got to bear something in mind. The Holy See in those days was responsible for feeding the people of Rome. It was responsible for maintaining an army. It was responsible for all kinds of things that temporal rulers do. So what happens when you run out of dough? Well, you go for loans. But what if your credit's no good? Well, then you've got to sell something. What if you don't have anything to sell anybody wants? Well...
Okay.
He was a great believer in good living. Good times.
The high life.
Yeah. He enjoyed himself.
Okay, so I'm sorry. You were saying about the tips for his
this
girlfriend.
is a family show.
Yeah.
So all I can tell you is that how do I say this nicely? Feminine wiles.
Feminine wiles.
Mm-hmm. And if you're married, matters pertaining to your immediate health on any given evening.
I don't know what you're speaking in some sort of Masonic code. I don't understand.
Sometimes women get headaches.
Oh, okay.
It's all right. Let's leave it at that.
Okay, sometimes women get headaches. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was how, she wanted tips. That was the sort of thing that the Theophylactic ladies used to dominate their men.
They faked headaches.
Yeah.
Or they got headaches.
Yeah.
Okay.
At inappropriate times.
Okay. Our next question is from
Max, tell your girlfriend that was a no-no. Go ahead.